So I was hanging out in my backyard on a hammock, and then I saw something on Facebook Marketplace I got to check out. So decided to head over and check it out and see what we could do with it. So in this episode, we're gonna take this bike, which is pretty cool. We're gonna make it cooler by taking some of the stuff from this ugly bike. So I bought this bike for 15 bucks on Facebook selling. It's too good of a deal to pass up. It has some cool stuff, like this back rack's kind of cool. White walls with good inner tubes and tires. And wheels that work and everything. It's got fenders that are white but can be painted. It's got a stem, it's got a crank and pedals. Now let's take a look at what's wrong with this bike. It needs pedals, but someone put this crank on here. This crank is from like a kid's bike, so it only takes super small pedals. It's kind of a problem. It doesn't have the original fork, however we're gonna keep it for now. Because it's not the original fork, there's like a spacer here that shouldn't be in there, but it is what it is. It's got an original messenger seat, so that's original. It's a streamliner, so it's got kind of a cool pinstriping design over here. It should have a tank, but it doesn't. Overall, it's my kind of bike. It's not perfect, and that's why. The tires are actually good, they hold air. The brake works pretty good. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these off because I think I have another project that needs some original wheels. These are original Schwinn wheels, so these are these would work good there. However, a lot of interesting parts on this. This chain guard's kind of cool, it's just pink. This bike rides fine, everything fine, it's dirty, it's been sitting outside for a little bit. But everything seems to work on it. Even the seat's kind of cool. Maybe I'll try to use some of that vinyl paint or whatever and see if I can paint it, because it's got springs in the back and everything, so it's kind of cool. And then that's an original Schwinn seat, so it might be kind of cool to put on something else. But had that bike up for sale on Facebook selling for pretty much all summer, and no one's really pulled the trigger on it. Obviously it had bars and stuff when I had it over there, but I figured this is a perfect chance to make a bike that I like, especially because I picked up this thing so cheap that there's no going wrong with it. All right, let me get started. Took about 20 minutes or so. We got it pretty dismantled. This thing is stuck on here, so I'm gonna spray with WD-40, let it sit overnight. But I'm actually gonna move on to switching some of the stuff over to this bike. Just place the fenders on there. I don't know, I'm not crazy about the white for now. We'll see how it looks. We'll play around with different looks with it. But the first thing I gotta do is I gotta switch this crank over. I'm gonna put that crank, it's got pedals and everything, so why not? I'm also gonna, well, I'll do it later, but I'm gonna pop the chain off of this and pop these caps off of this in case I need them later on in life. Bars, these caps on the end are pretty cool. I don't know, a lot of random stuff we're gonna pop off of this. All right, let's get started. Alright guys, so this is what we're gonna call it for tonight. Still got some things going on that I need to I figured out. Mainly this fork, it's not original to the bike. So, and it's more of a track fork. So you can see, not only does it have hole for front brakes, it also doesn't quite fit. So that's a problem. So what we're gonna do is, might use the fork from the other bike or another fork I have in the basement. I just got painted. I'm gonna paint it black to match, or maybe stick with the whole bare metal thing. Just sand it down, take down to bare metal and clear it. Then I still have the fenders. I kind of want to throw those on to see what it looks like. I do like the way this looks, but I think with some fenders, it'll look pretty cool. Same, not gonna want to keep them white though. I think I'm gonna either paint them black or go down to bare metal. And the bars, I don't know, easy to change, so I'll decide later. But right now I'm kind of liking this look a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it. I mean, definitely comfortable. You sit up there, chill. These bars are a little bit thinner than I would have liked, but they work. And yeah, I mean, the plus side of switching the fork to a non-original fork is the fact that I can still, later on, if I want, run some front brakes, because I might, I'm not sure yet, I might put a motor on this, make it a motorized bike. Now it's got good wheels and stuff. This is not super desirable frame. It might be worthwhile to think about that. But for now, we're gonna stop here today. Next episode, we're gonna paint all that stuff and start putting it on and kind of playing around with the final look that we want. But I don't know, I'll contemplate the idea of a motor. Not sure yet. I like bikes because the energy that drives them is myself, plus it makes me exercise. But a motorized bike's always been something I've wanted, so maybe. Also, you might be asking yourself, what are these things? They were on the other bike. There you are, some kind of LED. Let me see here. They were working a little bit ago. There you go. There's some kind of LED light that when you pedal, they'll light up. I was gonna take them off, but then I don't know. I kind of want to see what they look like when they're rolling. So we'll check that out too. Alright, so I've been trying to get this fork off. It's not coming out. It's actually started to bend instead of coming out. You guys can see that there a little bit. So, came over to my junk pile. I got this bike. This bike's fork. A little bit newer, but it should be able to work. And it's actually got some chrome up here, which will kind of match the bike. So, I'm going to pull that out, hopefully. Gotta drill out these holes, because those wheels are a little bit bigger bolt or thread or whatever through it. So that's the plan. Let me pull this fork off. Alright, so got the fork off of that. Took the fork and stuff off of this. Got the other fork. I painted it and stuff already. You guys know how to paint, so I'm not too worried about it. Here's the old fork, and remember the old fork, it was just too thin here to fit those tires on. I haven't decided what bearings I'm going to be running. We gotta see which ones fit better. And got my fenders over here drying, so we'll see how these turn out. I know they're not great painted, and that's kind of what I wanted. Wanted to have a little bit of ability to sand this down and make it kind of look beat down to match the bike. So now the next thing I need to do, so I can start assembling the new fork, well, the other fork on the bike. I gotta drill these holes so that I can fit the other side rim, because the axle is a little bit thicker than what this is. So I'm gonna do that now. Alright, so we're done. Put the fenders on, got the fork installed, wheels, put the bars back on. I'm not sure about the bars, but overall, pretty happy with the bike. It's got a nice kind of chill, lax environment going on with it. Oh, I gotta break off this reflector. One thing I really hate about bikes, and it'd be ironic if one day like I get hit by a car at night, reflectors. I don't even like those lights, but I'm interested to see what they look like. So, Let's see what we got. We'll take it around the block, see what it looks like, see what it rides like. Alright guys, so this is the bike all put together. Got some handlebars from like a 20-inch Ross bike from the 70s that I've had since I was a kid. Used to ride around when I was a kid with those handlebars on my bike. I still have the bike, it's in the basement. Yeah, I'm a hoarder. But the wheels, so far I left those lights on that came with the wheels. Fenders are painted. It's got the fork from the, I don't even know what brand that bike was. Free Spirit, I think. Painted, and it rides great. So really gonna try to enjoy it and put it up for sale, get rid of it, and start all over again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. More bike content, van content, and just life content. Stick around.